You're at a networking event. Someone approaches with a smile and says, "The weather is nice today." You nod, you agree, but inside your brain is counting down. How many more of these conversations before you can leave? While everyone around you seems to thrive on casual chatter, you feel drained, exhausted, almost irritated. And people notice. They call you standoffish, antisocial, too serious. But here's the real question. Why do some people love small talk while others can't stand it? Is it shyness, arrogance, or maybe something much deeper in their psychology? Stick with me because what you discover might explain why surface conversations feel so painful for you. Small talk is everywhere. For some people, it feels natural, but for others, it's torture. Not because they hate people, but because their brain processes connection differently. Their resistance isn't personal, it's psychological. Let me break down the 4 types and what's actually happening in their mind. Type 1, the Depth Craver. These people don't hate conversation, they hate shallow conversation. Their brain is wired to seek meaning, substance, and real connection. So when someone asks about the weather or their weekend, their mind goes blank, not because they don't know the answer, but because the question feels pointless. Psychologists call this need for depth existential curiosity. These people have spent their lives thinking about purpose, meaning, and authentic human connection. So surface-level exchanges don't just bore them, they frustrate them. Because every minute spent on small talk feels like time stolen from real conversation. They're not being difficult, they're just wired to crave depth, and when forced into shallow interaction, their brain shuts down. It's not rudeness, it's incompatibility. Their mind sees small talk as noise that blocks the signal they're actually searching for. Type 2, the Energy Conserver. For these people, small talk isn't just boring, it's draining. Every casual conversation costs them mental and emotional energy they don't have to spare. They might seem fine on the outside, but inside they're calculating. How long do I need to keep this going? When can I politely exit? Can I survive 3 more of these today? Psychologists link this to social energy depletion. Introverts and highly sensitive people process social stimulation differently. Even light conversation requires effort, smiling, nodding, pretending to care about topics they don't actually care about. And all of that drains their battery. So they avoid small talk not because they dislike people, but because they're protecting their limited energy for interactions that actually matter, for conversations with people they truly connect with, for moments that don't require them to perform. Small talk feels like forced performance, and they'd rather save their energy than waste it on scripts. Type 3, the Anxious Overthinker. These people see someone approaching and immediately panic, not because they're scared of people, but because they're terrified of saying the wrong thing. Their brain floods with questions. What if I sound boring? What if there's an awkward silence? What if they think I'm weird? Psychologists call this social performance anxiety. They want to connect, they really do, but their brain won't let them relax. Every word they say gets analyzed. Every pause feels like failure. Every smile feels forced. So instead of enjoying the conversation, they're trapped in their own head, monitoring, judging, criticizing themselves. And the easier the topic, the worse it gets. Because if they can't even handle small talk, how will they ever handle real conversation? So they avoid it, not out of arrogance, but out of fear. Fear that they'll mess it up. Fear that people will see how hard they're trying. Fear that the anxiety will show. Type 4, the Disillusioned Realist. This type used to be good at small talk. They used to play the game, smile, nod, ask about weekends and weather, but at some point they stopped because they realized something. Most small talk is performative, fake, a social script people follow without actually meaning it. And once you see that, you can't unsee it. Psychologists link this to social disillusionment. They've watched people ask, "How are you?" without wanting a real answer. They've seen conversations that check boxes but create zero connection. And they got tired. Tired of pretending surface chatter matters. Tired of wasting time on exchanges that lead nowhere. So they stopped participating. Not because they're bitter, but because they value authenticity. And small talk, to them, is the opposite. It's a mask, a buffer, a way to avoid real interaction while pretending to engage. And they'd rather say nothing than say something empty. So here's what all four types have in common. They're not rejecting people, they're rejecting a form of communication that doesn't serve them. The Depth Craver needs substance, the Energy Conserver needs efficiency, the Anxious Overthinker needs safety, the Disillusioned Realist needs authenticity. None of them are wrong, they're just wired differently. And in a world that treats small talk as social currency, they're constantly misunderstood. But here's the real question. Does avoiding small talk make you antisocial, or does it mean you're selective about where you invest your energy? Maybe small talk haters aren't the problem. Maybe the problem is a culture that equates politeness with performance, that says you have to engage in shallow conversation to prove you're friendly, when really, some of the deepest people are the ones who refuse to waste words on things that don't matter. So which one are you? The Depth Craver, the Energy Conserver, the Anxious Overthinker, or the Disillusioned Realist? Drop a comment. Let me know. If this made you feel less alone, hit subscribe. We dive deep into the psychology that actually explains people.